Whose eyes are those eyes? Are you fucking kidding me? Hello everyone, welcome on in. It is time for us to finally start Robotics Notes Elite. Yippee! I'm pretty excited to start this. Let's see what it says under Robotics Notes Elite. The science itself may prove cynical, however, one mustn't forget that there's a scientific element in all things. The important truth is this: I am the master of my fate. I am the explain of my soul. I am the explain of my soul. I think that's what that says. It's so hard to read, and I can tell it's even hard to read on your guys' side of things. I am the explain of my soul is so fucking corny. It is. It's not even proper English. I pressed something. I accidentally pressed something that I didn't know could do something. Wow, okay. Fantastic. Love this. Anyways. Have my regular keyboard in front of my keyboard. It's very exciting. Have my regular keyboard in front of the laptop keyboard, which is very exciting. There we go. That's words. Anyways. New game. Matters not how straight the gate, how it's changed with punishments the scroll. I can't read that fast. Someone once said that this is a battle to save the world. Someone once said that the hope of all mankind rests on our shoulders. But I don't care about any of that stuff. This is just to satisfy my own impulses. I mean, getting to fight your greatest rival in a situation like this, it really gets your blood pumping, doesn't it? I couldn't care less if people think I'm some amoral asshole. I don't mince words. The only thing I care about is beating the #1 player in the world and taking their spot on the top of the leaderboard. Is there anything you want to do after that, you may ask? Nope, there's nothing. Nothing at all. But despite that, rather, because of that, I have to do it. After all, this cursor is in the way and it's annoying me. There we go. I'm no hero. I'm no soldier. I'm not the protagonist of some mecha anime either. I'm not sure about that, man. Robotics Operation System. KB 2020. Kill Ballad 2020. Hey, English. Okay, that wasn't all English. Say something. Ojarimasu no. Loud and clear. Everyone, say something. Testing. Us. I feel like I'm becoming one with everyone. An auspicious wind is blowing, and with it is coming. Yep, okay. Kai, is your Pokecom plugged in? It's the red cable. Way ahead of you. And by the way, why red? Got a new favorite color or something, Aki-chan? Because it makes it go 3 times faster. Camera online. The system boot complete. Terra stable. Can you see my face? Nice and clear. I'll serve monitors. Less than 1% error from home position. Electric supply systems. Normal. It says the power generator can run continuously for 13 hours. More than enough time. Actuator is all green. Gyro sensor, auto balancer, both functioning correctly. Skip checks from number 9 to number 16. Wait, are you sure? I was just thinking that's kind of a lot to skip. Can you just trust me for once? Who do you think I am? I don't know your name, sir, actually. Forgive me, oh young one. Alright, next. Activate DJ297, reading numbers. Wow. Run a computer on a computer with the computer. Activated. Left and right laser scanners all green. Now letting perimeter map. 3 meters, 5 meters, 7 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters. Maximum range. The topographical assessment, AI functioning properly. No problem. Everything's fine. Camera test time. Go nuts. Testing 360-degree camera. Kai, did you fasten your seatbelt? Of course. Seat lock released. I just have to spin around, right? Camera link confirming. Damn, I'm getting dizzy. I confirmed it on the monitor too. Coordinate anchor on standby. Okay? Just a sec. Adjustments complete. Go ahead. The coordinate anchor has arrived. Would you mind not using just weird expressions? But I refuse. Some things never change. Okay, no fighting. Alright, all checks complete. Now, for today's weather report, February 28th, 2020. I could have sworn it said that the game took place in 2019. We've been lied to. But either way, it's also February, so that's kind of funny. What is with me and playing games close to when they take place? Anyways. Hi, Eri. Tanashima, Yakushima, Kagoshima Prefecture. Northeast winds. Mildly strong south winds expected later today. Clear skies. Wave height, 1.5 meters. Air temperature, high chance of 14 degrees Celsius. Low of 10 degrees Celsius. Chance of precipitation, 10%. That's all for today's weather report. I appreciate the valuable information. No problem. It's just really cute. And that's everyone in the Robotics Club, right? Robotics Club? I at least wanted to do a walking test if possible. But since you didn't have time for that, we're going to do this unrehearsed. You still up for this?
最初から分かってたことでしょ?
We knew that was the case from the start.
今さらノーゴー
Don't
だ
go
なん
and
て言わな
calling
いでよ。
things off now. Are we piloting the robot? Are we in the robot, guys? Damn. Condition, all green. The final call is to go. Okay. Let's come back together, no matter what. Phew. If not, you should get in it. So true. But you're not my father, so who are you to tell me what to do? Well then. This is where my game starts. I mean, your game started, like, 10 minutes or so ago, but, you know. After all, we also already got the achievement for starting the game. Anyways. I'm no hero. I'm no soldier. I'm not the protagonist of some mech anime either. I'm just a fighting game player. Ah, you're one of those. Gunvero, launch! It matters not how straight the gate. How change punishments. I can't read that fast. Also, the text is really small. Oh, phase 1. All about dreams, hope, and romantic ideals. I guess that was the, prologue. Updating Eero. Update complete. Restart. Oh, right, there's autosave. Please set the date. Okay, now it's 2019. So the prologue takes place in 2020. But the rest of the game takes place in 2019? Interesting. And update complete. Not that I have a clue what's changed. Me, usually when I update things. I mean, like, generally bug fixes, but, like, you know. Checking voice recognition. Please say something to the screen. Confirm voice recognition. Hell. Yeah. My name is Yoshio Kaito. General course student in class 3-2 at Chuo Tanegashima High. Assigned seat number 26. My grades are mediocre at best. As for club activities, I belong to the Robotics Research Club. Kind of. Funny considering I don't know jack about robots. Actually, my real field of expertise is video games. Wait, huh? The post-update messages have already disappeared from the screen. I guess I spent too much time yammering. I let out a small sigh and leave the dimly lit Robotics Research Club room. What if I... Okay, see, does nothing. There's no cell phone to pull up. Yet. A refreshing early summer breeze blows by. It's like night and day compared to that hot, cramped room. The moment I step outside, I stop sweating. With the cool breeze washing over my entire body, I have a look at the surrounding scenery with my Pokécom. Cat ear mode. Wait. Cat ear mode? I can't click cat ear mode. Interesting. But I see you there in the corner, cat ear mode. Anyways. The endless blue sky stretches far and wide. It's already turning the color of summer. Cat ear mode on a camera. And this place is about 40 kilometers south of the Osumi Peninsula in Kagoshima. I live here on Tanegashima, right next to Yakushima, famous for being a World Heritage Site. Sounds pretty far from Tokyo. But to be honest, this island isn't really noteworthy outside of our matchlock rifles and rocket launch site. Chiwa Tanegashima High is right at the center of the island. It's one of the only 2 high schools in the area, actually. Over 10 years ago, there was an anime site here that got popular, but other than that, our school's nothing to write home about. I suppose I'll take it for a test drive now that it's updated. Kai! It's not that I hear a voice in the distance calling for me by my nickname. There are only a handful of people who called me that. Looks like our beloved club president has returned. Perfect timing. I'll just lock onto her with my Pokécom. She's just standing there, menacingly. Sonomiya Akiho shows up at just the right moment, so I capture her within the screen of my Pokécom. She's in the same grade as me, and we've been inseparable ever since we were kids. We go by the nicknames Kai and Aki-chan. Are you playing games again? I'm not playing anything. Yudo got updated, so I was testing it out. Aki-chan, how do you feel about cat ears? Ah, I did notice that in the corner. I picked up cat ear mode from among the app icons Yudo. It's a little more than just cat ears. Meow meow. This thing is pretty awesome. Not only does it add cat ears to her head, but also gives her a maid outfit. You're as carefree as ever, Kai. She looks so sad about it. Kai is me, of course. Short for Kaido. Akiho lets out a sigh and takes a sip from the bottle in her hand. It's hard times like this when we've got to join forces and stick it out together. These are hard times. Heck yeah, they are. Can't you tell? Akiho points towards the robotics club room. The club room sits next to the soccer club equipment storehouse. Something tells me that this tiny shed of ours was never meant to be used as an actual club room. Our space has 2 rooms, but one is used for storage, so the only one that can fit actual people is the left room. That said, it's way too cramped with 2 people inside. Try and relax there, I dare you. Even worse, we only have a single lamp, and there's no AC. It's too cold in the winter, and too hot every other season. If hard times refers to being forced to spend time in that club room, then I totally get why Akiho would say that. But hey, at least the lawn is pretty comfy. I mean, comfy lawn is good, I guess. On days when it's not raining anyway. That's not the issue. Karakiho heads dejectedly into the club room after hearing my response. She sits on one of the only 2 stools in the room and takes another sip of her soda. And I'll take a sip of my water. Little cat paw prints on the box in the background. Very good. As I enter, sweat beads on my forehead. Summer's only just started. Thinking of what it'll be like in here when it really gets going horrifies me. Did you go see the vice principal again? I did, but she was in a meeting, so I didn't get to talk to her again. She's way too busy. Are you sure she isn't just avoiding you? As soon as the school year started, the Robotics Club had its budget annihilated. As the president, Akiho's been dodgily negotiated for club funds, but I can tell they aren't taking her seriously. And that said, the fault probably lies in Akiho for demanding an absurd tenfold increase last year. It must be rough being the club president. You gotta deal with all sorts of things. It's hard work, but it's pretty fulfilling. Nakio smiles grimly and thrusts her fist into the air. Meow. Okay. I'd be lying if I said I'm not getting impatient, though. Atta girl. You're acting like you aren't involved in this, Kai. You and I are the only 2 left in the Robotics Club, so would it kill you to act like it? Possibly. The Chiwa Tanagashima High's Robotics Research Club, also known as the Robotics Club. Its history goes 9 years back. 9, huh? To 2010. It all started with a girl named Senomiya Misaki, a first-year student at the time. Yep, that's right. She's the older sister of the girl pouting in front of me right now. I call her Misami. Or Misane. I know words. She founded the Robotics Research Association, and a year later officially became a club in recognition of its achievements. In its golden days, it had nearly 20 members, and even won Robo 1 8 years ago, which is a hobby robot tournament held in Tokyo. That was then, but now the club is on thin ice. If that wasn't obvious from our club room and our total of 2 members. No, sure, but come on. You know I don't really care about robots. I know. I've been trying to brainwash you since forever, but it still hasn't worked. Monakio says brainwash. She just makes her efforts to get me to watch all kinds of mecha anime. I hope. If anything, her doing it non-stop since elementary school has had the opposite effect. I don't want to touch the stuff. I know your enthusiasm is great and all. You should realize that your efforts are pointless. Huh? They are? They are. The fact that there have been 0 new club members for 2 years in a row is evidence of that. Nah, I see. Until a few years ago, it was a fairly prestigious club, but its rep is so incredibly low now that people just call it worthless and move on. Which is ironic, considering the world is going through a robot boom. Up until last year, the tech prep room in the main building was our home. It had issues such as getting in no sunlight at all, but it was way better than this. But listen, Kai, it's just like that person always said. Nakiho quickly puts on her red-framed glasses. By the way, the glasses are just for show. Not yet. This won't end yet. And that person she's referring to is a character from a super famous mecha anime. He doesn't actually exist. You're as ridiculously optimistic as ever, Aki-chan. Really? Then maybe you should learn from me. No, and by the way, can you please not put cat ears on me without asking? Your eyes are up there, buddy. Buddy. Oh, come on. It's cute. Meow meow. Why is he like this? I swear I've had to meow less than freaking Steins Gate and Ferris exists. Grr. I'm gonna get mad. Delete that app. Purely did the once over, yeah, for real. Don't know why she's ordering me around, but fine. I was getting kind of tired of the thing anyway. Plus, it was free. I'll leave. I'll turn cat ear mode off and delete it from my Pokecom. Like, Bud is not subtle, so true. I'll leave the club room behind me and sit down in the shade of a nearby tree. This is my special after-school spot. It's way more comfortable than the club room, as long as it's not raining. It's part of my daily routine to sit here and game. Now that the Eero update is finished, it's about time I get started. I whip out my Pokecom and boot up Kill Ballad from among the apps. Kill Ballad, start. I wonder what the leaderboards are looking like. And the first thing I always do after starting up Kill Ballad is check the leaderboards. Oh, come on. White bean guy. As usual, I can't help but sigh. For the record, my account is Unisho. In other words, I'm ranked 5th place in the world right now. Apparently, Kill Ballad has about 20 million active users worldwide, so being number 5 is pretty amazing if I do say so myself. The top hasn't changed for about half a year. I got my sights set up on the top, so it sucks that I can't seem to manage to top both these 4. As you can see, Kill Ballad is a fighting game based on Gundam. It's part of the world-line robot boom I mentioned earlier. Plus, it's based on the legendary mecha anime, a huge hit that's worshipped as a godly masterpiece around the world to this very day. The game was released on the Pokecom, a platform everyone owns. It's an indie game, but its combat is crazy deep. These qualities helped Kill Ballad become a huge success that's been downloaded 50 million times worldwide. That's KB. Honestly, because of Akiho, I have no interest in Gun Barrel. I'm just addicted to Kill Ballad as a game. There are even lots of students who play it at my school. Yet nobody even bats an eye at our little club. Pretty sad. Whoa. I recognize the handle name of the player I matched against. Rao Kojiro. This is the creator of Kill Ballad. Oh. Their genius programmer shrouded a complete mystery. All anybody knows is that they created Kill Ballad. This is my first time getting matched with them. That said, I had heard rumors that the game's creator was playing online, so I guess they were true. To face the creator head-to-head like this is an honor. I'm starting to get hyped. I correct my sitting posture and focus. Show me your moves. PlayStation controls on screen, I see. KB doesn't use the stick for command inputs. Instead it opts to use a combo system that involves timed button presses in quick succession. Is this why there's I forget what it's called. Quick action things, anyways. Essentially, as long as there's no missed inputs, and as long as you land the first hit, the rest of the combo will connect. And that said, the timing for certain combos can be pretty tight, so you need a good eye. And it's not like your opponent is just gonna sit around and let you land a hit. Once you enter the top 10 worldwide, battles mostly become about reading your opponent's moves. Getting countered and subsequently stopped before you can even react is the normal. Reading your opponent and countering counters is key. In fighting games, it's all about choices made down to a single frame. You have to read your opponent's moves and make the right choice on how to act. And this is what determines who wins and loses. Of course, that's not everything. You have to consider the character matchup, the difference in stats, lag, as well as several other factors, but... Mastery down to a single frame. That's the height of skill for a fighting game player. I say that, but it's probably physically impossible to distinguish individual frames by eye. Either way, you have to be watching your opponent at all times. Casual advances, retreats, and even crouching are all parts of the puzzle. You have to be able to read into that. The second you take your eyes off the opponent, you'll strike down at the very opening. You can never let your guard down. It's also important to be able to make out a player's habits. Being able to see patterns faster changes your accuracy. By the way, I'm not trying to brag, but my reaction speed is pretty damn good. I think I averaged about 4 frames when reacting by sight. When I'm on the offensive, I can squeeze out 4 moves within 8 frames. That's about my average. When I'm in the zone, I can deduce the winning option within those 8 frames. Theoretically, I've got 4 options available to me, 2 of which are textbook. One is about getting a super hard read on the opponent to create an opening. The other utilizes an extremely difficult combo, my flashiest one, to confuse them. I pick one of my 4 patterns depending on the situation. My flashiest combo looks cool, but has no real practical use. But a tops player gotta show off sometimes, right? Feels good too. Regardless, as long as I have 8 frames, I can crush any technique that comes my way. If I see it coming, that is. Like I explained earlier, a real fight is about the reads. That means stuff doesn't always go according to plan. Anyway, let's get this party started. Quick time events. Hey there, it's an honor to meet you. Don't go too hard on me. Hello. I guess they don't use VC. Ready, fight. Huh. Their attacks are pretty basic. They're playing by the books, and that's just no fun. It's too easy to come up with countermeasures. Maybe that's the downside of being the creator. I'm being a bit of a dick. Uh-huh. Oh, Quick time events. Screams. I won, let's go. That's that. Well played. And you have a good read on the specifics of the game. I expect nothing less from the creator. However, your attacks were far too orthodox. You were way too easy to read. It also ended up being a benefit to me that we both use the same robot. Oh? They sent me a message even though they were ignoring me in VC. What's the deal? I should open it. Sorry for the sudden message rule. I sent you a message because I never used VC. I hate to say this, but people suspect you might be using cheats. Imishoshi. A little birdie told me your reaction time is physically impossible. Or at least that's what the person who reported you said. Lol. If you have anything to say about the authenticity of this claim, please tell me blocks, rather. What the hell is this? Me? Use cheats? Like hell. Man, modern titles don't even necessarily match you with players, so you have different VC settings from yourself. That's such a silly quirk of this plot. Yeah. What a load of shit. As a fighting game player, being suspected of cheating is the ultimate blow to my pride. Get the hell out of here. I do not cheat. And log off with replying to the message. You made up such a stupid lie and reported me for cheating. I'm really pissed off now. If Frau Kojiro is the creator, they can just check my account and settle this that way. They wouldn't find a thing. Imagine getting set up in a TF2 match against Gabe Newell because you're so good at people think you're a cheater, right? There's also, like, Kai is only ranked number 5, too, in the world, so, like, what about the other ones above him? Do they suspect they're cheating, too? Hell, the people ranked above me are way more suspicious for talking cheaters. Hey, that's what I said, Kai. I'm not being jealous, I swear. After fighting them countless times, I've got a feel for how they move and play. That's why I'm so confident in my assertion. I can tell whether someone's cheating or not after only 3 matches. Oops, this is turning into a bit of a rant. I need to stop while I'm ahead. I look up from the screen, stretch, and put away my Pokécom. I don't have much to do, so I stare out at the scenery. The leaves rustle above my head. There are no students on the courtyard lawn or in the informatics classroom nearby. Alright, that's what that says. As for the sports club, they're gone to practice at the Nakatane Central Athletic Park, which is about 20 minutes away from here. All I can hear are the cries of crows and other small birds, as well as the gentle sound of plants rustling in the cool breeze. The school is quiet after hours. It's almost as though the flow of time has stopped. Or that this place has been left behind by time itself. Maybe it's not just this school. Maybe the entire island has been left behind. You knew I could be so girly. What are you talking about? Akiho exits the club room and walks over to me. I guess she heard me talking to myself. I don't know. I just had this kind of listless feeling. Like this place has been left behind by time or something. No, how philosophical of you. Don't look at me with such respect. In other words, we're just wondering what to do now. What to do now? Shouldn't it be obvious? Makiho points her finger up at the sky. We gotta do whatever it takes to get a nice club budget and the complete Gundam 1 within the year. In April, Akiho made an important declaration. Her words, not mine, as president. Of course, I was the only one who heard it. The plan is to complete Gun Barrel Prototype Model 1, Gun Build 1, within the year, before we graduate. And so she demanded a tenfold increase to our budget out of nowhere. The VP flipped out and banished us here. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. We're already in our 3rd year. Hell, we graduate in less than a year. I was wondering what comes after that. There are no colleges here. If you want to go to one, you're forced to leave the island. As for work, going off island is the only choice. I've lived here my whole life. I've left for vacations and whatnot, but I never lived off this island. It's not that I have a particular desire to leave the island. It's more a vague sense of anxiety about being forced to leave. I've never really given it much thought. Even though it's already June. right now. I'm completely focused on Gunvarel. I can read. You really make it sound like there was a time when you weren't. Akiho truly loves robots. If you focus too much on that, it'll be too late, and you're gonna have to wait another year to go to college. It's not like our lives are coming to an end once that robot is finished. We still got a ways ahead of us. Completing the robot doesn't mean we'll live happily ever after, roll credits. We've got normal lives to live. Well, it'll all work out. And why are we even talking about something so boring? I guess you've got a point. I think you should dream more. Follow the star of hope. Wanna go for a run? Where to? Into the sunset. Alright. And you just want to run, don't you? And the sun isn't even setting yet. It's about the feeling. Maki-chan, sometimes you're way too much of a positive thinker. That's not it. It's just that as long as you don't give up, you can make your wishes come true. That's what people refer to as positive thinking, Maki-chan. Don't forget that the results of the match are sometimes determined before it even starts thanks to character stats. It's a fighting game thing. So it's entirely true that I've done no prep when it comes to anything beyond high school. I blame it on the illusion that time has stopped on the island. It makes you forget about the future entirely. You end up thinking that things will go on like this forever. And I don't mean that in the sense that I hope these perfect days will never end or whatever. When time stops, so too does your ability to think. And yet, even when you realize this is the case, it's still a pain in the ass to try and think about what comes next. In the end, as long as I can keep gaming, I don't care what happens. Let's have it continue putting everything off. Akiho stretches out as though she's putting a period on the conversation. Anyway, I'm thinking about heading up to the hangar for maintenance. The Robotics Club has its own hangar. The dream that Akiho and the Robotics Club have been working on is stored there. Do your best, Madam President. Kai, you're coming too. Well, I am I? Then you know the deal. That again. Of course. How many times have I told you? If you want me to do something, you have to beat me in a match. I quickly whip out my pocket comm and take position. One round and kill ballad. New game? Akio replies unenthusiastically and takes out her pocket comm in resignation. If I win, you really have to do what I say. If you win. But I doubt it, seeing you're at 0-10. 0-10. Her odds of winning. There's a 0% chance that Akiho wins, and a 100% chance that I walk away the victor. I chuckle to myself and boot up Kill Ballad. Let's see if you've improved any. No holding back. Like, if I lose, that's 400 times in a row. Anything but that. Oh dear. I'm pretty sure you're fudging the numbers. You've won way more times than that. Here we go. No, so that's your starter. Ah, I messed up! Oh dear. I personally recommend calming down, Aki-chan. Phew. That could have been close. And I win. I mean, as always, Aki-chan. You big jerk. Oh, hey. Nakiho suddenly starts ruffling my hair with both of her hands. She's always been like this. Whenever she gets too frustrated, she messes up my hair. What did my hair ever do to her? He never go easy on me. No, who was it that said no holding back? Plus, my fighting game philosophy is to always go all out, no matter who I'm facing. I watch with a wry smile as Akiho stands up and storms off into the distance. On Tanegashima Airport, Tanegashima. Tsunomiya Akiho. Are we getting Akiho POV? Whenever I come here, I can feel my spirits being lifted pretty much immediately. It makes me want to run around like a little puppy, to be honest. A heroic piece of music starts playing in my mind. If I'm not careful, I'll start humming it aloud. The old Tanegashima Airport. It's about a 10-minute walk from school. It was closed down and abandoned 13 years ago, so nobody visits it now. It hasn't been maintained for years, so the asphalt is cracked and the weeds moved in like they owned the joint. While spacious, there's not much here, which means no electricity either. Since the area is flat, the wind is super strong, so I'm forced to hold my skirt down. Still, it's in the perfect environment for the Robotics Club's hangar. Ordinary high school students would never be able to acquire such a wide, flat piece of land like this, especially one no one ever visits. The airport apron in front of my eyes is about the size of the sports grounds. An even longer runway continues past it. From end to end, it's about 1,600 meters long. It takes around 30 minutes to walk the whole way. It's also several times wider than the standard road. I can't get enough of this feeling of spaciousness and freedom. It's one you just can't get out. You just can't get on an ordinary road. Right now, Kai's lying down on the outstretched in the middle of the runway, Pokécom in hand. Is he gaming again? After I lost to him pretty badly in a kill ballad match, Kai decided to slack off like no man has ever slacked off before. But you know what? He still came with me instead of going home, so I can't be too mad. He's just shy is all. I put those thoughts aside and take a key out of my skirt pocket. The Robotics Club hangar is at the edge of the airport apron. It was originally a parking garage for vehicles used to refuel fire trucks and aircrafts. You might ask, why are we using an abandoned airport's parking garage as a hangar? Patience. The reason is inside the building. Open hatch. I say that to myself as I raise the shutters and step inside. It's so dusty in here. It's making me cough. With no windows to be found, it's fairly dark. Enshrined in the center of that dark space is the crystallization of the Robotics Club's sweat and tears. The life-size gun barrel prototype Model 1. Nickname Gun Build 1. When the Robotics Club was first founded 8 years ago, this was its greatest goal, its dream. A project to build the giant robot of justice, Gun Barrel, at life size. Also known as the Gun Build Project. It's still incomplete, so the upper and lower parts are kept apart, but will stand over 10 meters tall when completed. The final goal is to have someone ride inside and pilot it. The club has been chipping away at this for 8 years. Though to be perfectly honest, he hasn't moved even once yet. One of the reasons that it's taken so long is because high school clubs don't get much in the way of funding. Even then, I had a lot of respect for our founder having the foresight to build a giant robot before the robot boom even started. I say that, but the founding member and creator of the Gun Build 1 Blueprints is none other than my older sister. There we go. She's got serious negotiating skills. Ha blah. When she founded the Robotics Club, she also managed to acquire special permission to use this old airport. She even negotiated with the small workshops around the island so that she could get their scraps for free. Heck, she even convinced the Jacks of themselves to donate the parts they didn't need anymore. It's all thanks to her that the Robotics Club is using the old airport hangar and working on Gun Build 1 to this day. All around the world, huge companies are funding giant robot development. They obviously have deeper pockets than us. Compared to their robots, Gun Build 1 must be a shabby, jinky, underpowered piece of junk. But I refuse to stop working on him. There's no way I can stop halfway through. I want to complete him. This is the dream I inherited from the original members of the Robotics Club. My sister's dream. Speaking of Big Sis, she currently works at a company in Tokyo. She doesn't live on the island anymore. The current, and maybe even last president of the Robotics Club is none other than me, her little sister. There's gonna be some sort of meaning to all of this. And maybe this is fate. It has to be. No matter what you do, you'll always be average, Aki. Without thinking, I squeeze my chest tightly. The inside of my chest feels tight. I feel like throwing up. I shake my head and slap my cheeks with my hands. Your barrage is too weak. What are you doing? I clench both my fists and psych myself up. I pull a can of oil from the shelf in the corner and pour it into an oiler. Even though Gun Build 1 has never actually moved on its own, I still can't slack on maintenance. In fact, without exception, I bet past club members would all say that our main activity is maintenance, not building. You can't build something without parts. And we barely get any of those. That's why there's been such little progress on that end. So in light of that, we killed time doing maintenance. Since Kai and I are the only remaining members of the Robotics Club, it falls on me to do all the maintenance myself. Once a month, I spend about an hour chipping away at the task alone. While working, I'm free from unnecessary thoughts. I just want to finish this door machine as soon as possible. Even impatient stuff like that is blown away, so I honestly don't mind this kind of work. Oh, let's get to it! With oiler in hand, I crawl onto one of the shins of the lower portion of the Gun Build 1. It's about 1.2 meters high. From that height, I can see Kai lying down on the runway. Help me help. This is not a warning. If you resist, I'll shoot. I hold the oiler like a gun and aim it at Kai. Special attack! Gunphalanx Striker! Zoom boom shazam! I thrust out my fist. And of course, the runway is several hundred meters away, so there's no way Kai is going to react. Futile indeed. I undo my pose. I call onto the knee of the Gunbuild 1 and pour oil through the joint onto the cam of the servo motor. I don't know, I just have this kind of listless feeling, like this place had been left behind by time or something. I recall what Kai said earlier. Left behind home. I never thought I'd hear words like that from Kai, the guy who usually just games without a worry in the world. But quite frankly, I don't really get complicated stuff like that. It's not like I have the time to stop and think. This oversized child of mine. I need to complete Gunbuild 1, no matter what. If I don't finish him by graduation, there will be no Robotics Club members left to inherit the task of finishing him. That's why I need to complete Gunbuild 1 with my own 2 hands, using the 6 months I have left. That's what it's like to be young. I mutter the words of a certain someone in red, whom I admire, and continue pouring oil. Back to Kai POV. Dots. I raise my eyes from the Pokécom and see that the sky has darkened. I slowly rise up. I was too engrossed and didn't notice how much time had passed. My head's kind of hazy. I guess my mind is still on the game. Those subtle screen shakes and that pseudo-heaviness when you punch an input are what I'm all about. Sounds like I've been lying on the hard ground. My back hurts. I wonder if Akiho is still doing maintenance. I peek into the hangar, but I don't see any sign of her. Oh dear. Something tells me she's here, though. Something around the bottom portion of the robot, right below the knee. Akiho, armed with a penlight, crawled under the tight space beneath the robot and is doing some sort of work. Doing maintenance. Hey, don't peek under here from over there. Because I'll see your panties. I'll get mad if you do. Crouching heavy kick. She's full of openings. I could guard, counter, and then combo her for 1/4 of her HP. Kai, please. Hey, Aki-chan. I know I always say this, but I think you should stop doing work in your uniform. Nakiho stores an old t-shirt and shorts in the club room that she could use for messy jobs, but she barely uses them. But I forgot them in the club room. She went to the trouble of having work clothes ready, and she always forgets them in the club room. Plus, I have nowhere to change. It's not like anyone but me works here, so whatever. Akiho keeps moving her hands as she makes excuses for herself. Is that a subtle jab at the fact that I don't help? Oil stains are tough to wash out. I don't mind. They're like badges of honor. Huh? There really is something off about you, Aki-chan. There aren't many high school girls who would say that. And that's that. Looks like she's finished. Akiho comes crawling out. She brushes off her dirty uniform with her hands. Checks are done. Rad. She tucks away her pen light. She was probably just checking to make sure everything is still in order. So, what's so off about me? There aren't many high school girls who would refer to oil stains as badges of honor. Come on, you make it sound like a bad thing. Not that I'm not aware of it. I'm gonna hand it to you. It's pretty amazing that you admit you're weird. And you wouldn't admit that about yourself, Kai? My gaming skills are abnormal, but I think I'm pretty ordinary in every other way. Oh please, you're already a pretty big weirdo considering all you care about is gaming. Despite the self-deprecation, Akiho's eyes are twinkling as she grasps my hand. The perfect picture of a friendship between two dudes. Her hand is sticky with oil, but she doesn't seem to care in the slightest. Akiho then starts nodding like she agrees with herself. After washing our hands, we close the garage shutters and lock up. Since there are no streets near the abandoned airport, it turns pitch black at night. Which is precisely why we need to leave before that happens. By the way, as you walk, Akiho suddenly pulls out her Pokécom. The Fink plushie attached to it swings back and forth. Its color has darkened considerably. It only takes a glance to see it's because of oil. I keep telling her to replace it with a new one, but she seems to have no intention of doing so. I was looking at Iro earlier and saw that every day that was being renovated got turned into Alonso. Wait, really? For realsies, you'll know when you see it. Every day is a convenience store near our houses. The only convenience store in Minamitane, actually. They started remodeling about half a year ago, so it's been closed. Did they just turn it into a new store? Let's take a look on my Pokécom. I bring up a Dulode map. Sync with Euro? Yes. Also, use the World Virtual View function in Euro to look at Minamitane. Sure enough, there's Alonso. See? Open 24 hours. It says 10% off. Let's stop by on the way home. But the place could be loaded with people right now. I can just picture the checkout line. Remember how crazy it was when every day opened up? We were just kids back then, weren't we? I mean, you're still kids now. I think it was the same year the anemone. Akiho abruptly stops talking. Anemone, huh? Now there's an unpleasant name I'd rather forget. So, are you gonna try and negotiate with the vice principal tomorrow too? I intentionally changed the subject. For the last 2 or so weeks, Akiho had been heading to the faculty room after school. It's not like waiting around is gonna get us results. Ridiculously optimistic as always. I often say those words to Akiho. She's always like this. Ridiculously optimistic. That's my only redeeming quality after all. Every time Makiho returns those words to me, she smiles bashfully. So, you're coming with me, right? Right? I'm going to be real late tomorrow thanks to my stomach ache. Sounds real tough. Makiho laughs in amazement. Wherever we go to the hangar, we keep our scooters parked in front of Whenever we go to the hangar, we keep our scooters parked in the lot in front of the terminal. We live in Minamitane, which is on the southern part of the island. School is 15 kilometers away, so commuting by scooter is allowed. I'll leave the key in. Nobody around here would steal it. Walking around with it would be a pain in the ass, buddy. Going straight home? You really want to visit the convenience store, don't you? I'd be fine with the B coupe. So, you just want a snack? But it's almost dinner time. Yeah, I know. I'll go straight home. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, I'm fine. This is like a ritual before we ride our scooters. We always ask how she feels. If she's not well, we rest. And if she still isn't feeling well after that, we leave the scooters here and go home some other way. She had been involved in a scooter accident once before. Luckily she got out with minor injuries. You never know when a fatal one might occur. I straddle my scooter, put on the ugly helmet required by the school, step on the kick pedal, starting the engine. Makiho puts on the track jacket she left on the scooter handle, slips on the same ugly helmet, and we're ready. Time to head home. It takes around 40 to 50 minutes to get from school to Akiho's house. By the time we arrive, the sun is long gone. By the way, my house is really close, not even a minute away by scooter. After parking the scooter in front of her house, Akiho takes off her helmet and waves to me. Alright, Kai. Nochio. Nochio. This is our unique farewell. In the Tanagashima dialect, it roughly translates to, let's meet again. Misane originally started using it as a code word, so Akiho and I picked it up too. To be honest, it's not something that comes naturally. You have to intentionally use it. When elderly people use the dialect these days, or only elderly people use that dialect these days, I can read so good. Akiho sees me off as I head home. I cast my gaze up at the night sky. The northern region is steeped in red, almost like it's oozing blood. And that's the aurora. It's not quite the same as the famous aurora everyone knows, the beautiful one that's kinda shaped like curtains. Apparently, an aurora takes on that shade of color at lower latitudes. The sun is abnormally active now, so this has led to the world being able to see aurora since a few years ago. Back then, I mistook it for a wildfire or something in the distance. But now, I'm totally used to seeing it. I don't really feel one way or another about it. That color in the sky is just another part of my everyday life. My ordinary, unchanging days. My life on this island, repeating endlessly. It's hard to believe it'll all be coming to an end in 6 months. But for now, let's just focus on getting home and eating dinner. The sky is so blue, it's crystal clear. Day after day of cloudless skies, almost to the point of tedium, I don't know. The weather is pretty important around to these parts. especially because it tends to rain a lot this time of year. If it's just a light rain, I can wear a raincoat, and commute to school by bike, but I'd rather it just be nice out. The wind striking my face has the scent of summer, or at least that's what it feels like. You know, greenery and stuff. Riding a scooter in the summer is way nicer than during the winter by a long shot. Although I bet that holds true around the world, not just on this island. Akiho is driving in front of me, her skirt flapping around in the wind. Every day, I get nervous about her accidentally flashing everyone, but her guard is unexpectedly tight. We stop our scooters at the convenience store near the school. One might call me a regular here at the Irei General Store. I'll be going on ahead, okay? I lightly wave to Akiho in response before entering the store. Welcome. The girl with the languid attitude sitting at the counter is Irei Mizuka-san. She's the daughter of the store's owner and works here on most weekdays. She's helping with the family business. She is Misane's classmate. In other words, I've known her since I was in elementary school. This older girl who barely even uses makeup has become somewhat of a minor celebrity among students at my high school. With her easygoing personality, she speaks openly and frankly with all the teenagers who drop here to shop. She was left paralyzed from the waist down in a traffic accident back in college, but thanks to the fancy tech attached to her legs, her hug, she gets by. The Hug is a power-assisted suit that quietly hit the medical care market in 2010, which was back before the robot boom started. Despite not being a robot, the Hug rode the robot wave and became huge, with over 3 million units sold worldwide. Even on a rural island like this, you occasionally see people walking around with them in town. Hugs even get used for non-medical things. You'll see special features on TV like, jogging with hugs is in, and whatnot. I lightly nod my head at Mizuka-san. Hey, looking beautiful as usual. She herself told me to compliment other older girls, so I put her words into practice. Why she gotta be so mean? I grab the usual 2 bottles of fruit sour melon from the drink aisle and bring them to the register.
Aki wa?
Where's Aki? She went on ahead to school. She's got some nerve ignoring me. High school students aren't rich enough to buy things every day. Doesn't she drink Skull every day? Good point. Next time I see her, I'll make her buy 2. So Kai, are you sure you don't want this today? Mizuka-san grins at me and points to the steamer next to the register. It's filled with meat buns, uncle buns, and more. I'll eat those when I have business. And here I thought you just liked the taste. Those barf-tastic buns? You got to be kidding me. Kai, you just called food at my store barf-tastic, did you? Sorry. I try to laugh it off as I hand Mizuka-san the money for my drinks. No, right. Give Michi a message for me. She grimaces like she suddenly remembered something. Tell him to hurry up and pick up his protein. Michi ordered protein from here? Why didn't he just have it delivered to his house? Hell if I know. Either way, he totally forgot his order. The guy has to come by to pick it up. Under the counter, I see 4 protein bags with 5 kilograms written on them. The company probably shipped them by sea. Oh, Michi is Nagafukada, Mitsukiko's nickname. He's the PE teacher at school and our club advisor. Simple, right? Can't you tell him yourself? Just call him or something.
私はポ
Come
ケコンな
on,
ん
you
か
know
持
I
っ
don't have
て
a
ない。
Pokecon.
知ってんでしょ
It's weird for her to boast about that languidly. Misaka-san is bad with machines. She's always bragging about how the only things she can use are the register and her hug stuff. That's not what I mean. Doesn't the store have a landline phone?
めんどい。
Too much work. I heard Michi was her classmate and friend, but maybe I'm misremembering.
だからかい。
It's okay. Let him know, okay? Thanks. As soon as she's done talking, she opens yesterday's newspaper and starts reading. Guess we're done. She's like a grumpy old man. What terrible customer service. God, she's so scary. I thought Misane was bad. Misaka-san is no slouch. Why are the women her age so terrifying? Or maybe those two are just special. Ah, crap, I spent way too much time chatting with Misaka-san. I need to hurry or I'm gonna end up late. Meow. I reach the school gate and turn off the engine. It's a school rule that once you hit the entrance, you gotta turn off your scooter's engine and push it from there.
Oh,
Yo, good morning. Hurry up. Oh,
ミッチーだ。
well, if it ain't Michi. Perfect timing. Michi is at the gate, greeting students as they arrive.
おいおい、ヤシオ。
Hey, now Yoshio. I'm always telling you, it's Mr. Nakafukada. Stop calling me Michi.
だからミッチーって呼ぶな。
Sir Mr. Nakafuka Mitsuhiko the fourth is a graduate of this school and was also the first president of the Robotics Club. I started calling him Michi because Misaka-san does. The habit then spread to Akiho. Mr. Nakafuka, it was just at Misaka-san's store. She wants you to hurry up and pick up your protein stuff. Yeah, I totally forgot. We don't have any cash on me today. What should I do? Michi enters panic mode and clings to me. Hey, just tell me one thing. Was Ireo angry? Probably. Also, don't cling to me like that. You're dripping in sweat. I see. Listen, Yoshio. Let me give you some valuable info. Irie is seriously scary, which is angry. That's all. Yeah, I am well aware. Michi is basically a delinquent teacher. Well, he better brace himself for the wrath of Misaka-san. Ding dong ding bong. I sit down in my usual spot in the shade of the tree by the club room and gaze up at the sky. After school, Akiho went to get the club room key from the faculty room, but she hasn't returned yet. It's been a while. It'd be a pain to check the faculty room and even more annoying if she got back while I was gone, so I'll just chill. The sunlight is getting stronger. The single tree in the courtyard is becoming more and more valuable to me. I have nothing to do, so I open the web browser. I find the headline about the new hug model in the news column, and I casually tap on it. Hello. The Exoskeleton Company is currently running a campaign to celebrate 3 million Hug Series units sold. During the campaign period, everyone who buys the Hug 06 Karima, introduced today, will get 10,000 yen cash back. Much like an automobile or Pokecom, a hug can help make life easier in all kinds of key ways. Karima does exactly that. Our guiding concept is to create an era where everyone's household uses this. It's easy to put on, take off, and maintain. Plus, it lasts much longer on a single charge than previous models. Performance-wise, it's a 15% increase over the Hug 05. It can run 100 meters in 9.56 seconds and jump 4.92 meters. The Hug OS has also improved learning functions over previous models in this series. If the textile site is strained in the wearer's muscles, and judges how they'll move, this means sufficient assistance. I guess I need a hug, damn. The Hug 06 Karuma is currently up for pre-order at Exoskeleton Company dealers nationwide. We've already received many pre-orders, so we might not be able to get your hug to you by release. We apologize. We wish to be your supporting spirit. The Exoskeleton Company looks forward to meeting each and every one of you. Pre-order here. Oh, huh. Only like $400. As expected, Misane is there. How long has it been since she started appearing on TV like this? After graduating 6 years ago, she went to college in Tokyo and now works at the flourishing Exoskeleton Company. She started doing PR work after her talents were recognized. She even makes appearances on TV as a Hug test pilot. Commercials, leading Hug demos, even working as an advisor for Hug Spark, which is a Hug martial arts tournament. Misane is everywhere. Considering how active she is, it's no overstatement to say that she's crazy popular. Hell, people online refer to her as the pretty Exco PR girl, which is more popular than your average pinup model. But all you want to do is scream out to the heavens. Don't be fooled, people. The Misane on TV isn't the real deal. Man, I can't even begin to count how many times Misane made me ball back when I was in elementary school. Just thinking about it gives me chills. Oh dear. It's from Akio. It's strange for her to call me when we're at school. Accept call. I answer, and Akiho's face appears on the screen. Ah, Kai. Where are you? Mizukane's store. Why? Never mind that. More importantly, did you do your homework for English? I take it you didn't, right? Why is she so sure of that? Not that she's wrong, but... I shake my head, but for some reason Akiho smiles happily. Me neither. When was it due again? Tomorrow. Crap. Let's study together. The schoolwork study session starting us. Come on. Starring. Are you actually gonna try and do it yourself? Luckily, we'll still have time. Its two heads are better than one. Let's split up the work. That person once said this. In war, you must think 2 or 3 moves ahead of the enemy.
今のアキちゃんは
I like that you
一気
can
にさっ
think
すら
of
読める
even one move ahead right now, Aki-chan. Aw.
でもまあ
But
二
sure,
人で分
and on
担
to
する
split
作
it.
戦には賛成
That's my Kai. Just completely forgotten about cornering the vice principal. I guess we'll use our club time today to finish homework. I knew you'd say that, so I'm already at Mizukane's place.
へえ
Huh.
見て
I guess you
さ
are thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead. Right? I'll let her be happy with this victory. Can't fight on an empty stomach. Do you want any snacks? Hit me with your requests and I'll pick them up for you.
ゴチになりま
Your
す
treat? Sure. In your dreams, Bob. I'll have you repay me later.
そりゃ残念
No shucks.
カイへの差し入れなら
No
私
worries.
が選んで
I'll
あげる
pick
よ
out some things for Kai. I hear Mizuka-san's voice on the other side.
なあアキちゃん
Nah, Aki-chan, don't listen to anything Mizuka-san says. Just buy me a fruit sour melon.
何さ
Aw, not up for the usual. Mizuka-san sure is persistent. Besides, if I have the usual, I won't be in any condition to study. Alright, I'm on it. Meet in the classroom, not the club room.
少しでも
Maybe I'll get a bit done on my own. Akiho didn't take long to get back. We studied our best until sunset, but couldn't finish in time. I guess I'll just do the rest at home. Once again, Akiho charges off to the faculty room after class. Taboo news! Toyota announces their newly developed robot, Prince X. Man. It's stupidly hot outside, so I'm waiting in the classroom today, looking at Twippo to kill time. Twippo is a social media platform with limited character count posts on the internet. Pokecoms have their own app for it. Each post is called a tweet, and they form a timeline on screen based on when they were posted. If you follow someone else's account, it'll display their tweets in your timeline too. I'm following around 100 people. If you follow a lot of people, your timeline basically gets flooded with constant updates. It's a real pain to try and keep up with it all like that, so you can split tweets into multiple lists. List A is for Robotics Club members, so I guess you could say it's for friends. Till last year, our club had more than 2 people in it. Given our current state, Akiho is the only one in List A. Prince X is so cute. The design tastes good that even though it's a giant robot, I think it's cute. Expected from the world-renowned Toyota. It would be amazing if you could put this electric engine in Gumbuild 1. Maybe you can ask for it in a letter if they let me borrow it for free. I'm not sure about that, sweetie. List B is made up of real-life acquaintances of people I know online. Exoskeleton Sinomiya Misaki. Appearance information. Today at 3 p.m. I'll be appearing on the Fujin's TV show 3 o'clock Madam. Thank you very much. It includes my family, Akiho's family, Michi, and a few others. I have no friends around my age, and I don't follow many of my classmates. Thus, List B is mostly adults. List C is for others. That includes journalists in Tokyo and the official accounts for newspapers and news sites. If I look at List C, I can get a pretty good idea of what's going on in Tokyo. I don't really use List D. Even with the list split, they refresh within hours. I keep telling myself to at least check Twippo once a day. switch between list on Tupo, use QE on keyboard or click with the mouse. Okay. As I scroll through my timeline, I see talk about a new giant robot developed by Toyota in Tokyo. I guess they revealed the thing around lunchtime today. And actually, Akio mentioned seeing this in the news. Maybe I should reply. You can directly respond to other people's tweets via the reply function. That said, I don't use Twipo that much, so I really only reply to people in this day. You guessed it, that means Akiho's the only one I interact with. Let's see, options. That go for broke mentality is amazing. You really don't know fear. Can you just put an electric car engine to solve the problem? I thought it was more ugly than cute. Honestly, the go for broke mentalities type of thing is what I was initially thinking upon saying that, so let's go with that one. And that should do it. Hey, Yashio, can I ask you for a favor? One of my few classmates still around on cleaning duty talks to me. I'm gonna be late for my bus home if I don't leave soon. Are you busy? Can you maybe throw the trash out for me? Don't bother, Hayakawa. This is Yashio we're talking about. Huh? But he doesn't look busy. It's not like I look like I have much... It's not that I look like I have free time. I do have free time. But I'm currently stuck in this room. Who knows when Madame President is gonna get back. I decided to turn down her request in the only way I know. You don't mind taking your place. Wait, really? Oh my gosh, thank... However, if you want me to do something, you have to beat me in a match. If you win, I'll throw out the trash or whatever it is that you want. Huh? I'm kinda in a hurry. Didn't I tell you? There's no point. Yashio is always like this. It was a mistake to even ask. Never mind. Match? Really? How stupid. Still muttering complaints, the two pick up the trash cans and exit the classroom. I'm alone now. Wait, if Hayakawa was seriously about to miss her bus, why couldn't Takahashi take out the trash alone? I considered shouting that at them, but that'd be a bit much for me, so I decided against it. I'm aware that people consider me an ass, but this is my policy. I have no intention of changing it. At least it's consistent? I don't know. Just when I'm finally about to enjoy a match of Kill Ballot. Kai! Akiho returns with the clubroom key in hand. The key is stored in the faculty room, so she has to go and pick it up every time we have club. To the club room. Yeah. I stand up from my seat. We exit the classroom and walk together toward the club room. Was the vice principal in? Nope. So, I don't think the VP has been coming to school lately. You haven't seen her either, right? I shrug my shoulders, indicating that I haven't. Michi might know something. Maybe I'll interrogate him. You just don't give up, do you? Maybe I should call you Snapping Turtle from now on. Boo. That's lame. Look, either way, we can't do anything without money. You've already lost 2 months. If things keep up like this. Ugh. The moment she sees a certain male student, Akiho winces. His name is Hidaka Subaru. He's a 2nd year. You could call him Akiho's arch nemesis. At the same time, you could say he's the one person Akiho won't give up on trying to win over. I can already see the sparks flying violently between them. Hey, Hidaka-kun! Despite feigning cheerfulness, it's pretty clear that she's pretty nervous around the younger boy. It's been a year and 3 months since you first met here, which means... it's time to join the Robotics Club and join us in building the giant robot of justice together. I have no intention of joining your third-rate robotics club. Hidaka Subaru brutally interrupts Akiho. I've given you the same answer over 20 times. Come on, the robotics club needs your technical skills, Hidaka-kun. I want nothing to do with your robotics club. Oh. Excuse me. Without even a bow, Hidaka Subaru changes from his indoor shoes to his regular ones, then leaves. I'm gonna win him over. If this is the last thing I do. Akiho's face is bright red. She looks like she's going to start stamping her feet in frustration. He clearly doesn't like you, so why do you gotta be so stubborn about this? Hey, this is your problem too. I haven't the slightest clue why, but Hidaka Subaru is actively hostile toward the robotics club. He was the one student who came to watch our club last year, but it wasn't long before he started calling us stuff like third-rate and worthless. Well, I guess it only makes sense. In terms of technical skills, Subaru is on a completely different level. In junior high, he apparently entered Robo 1 solo and won 3rd place. He never entered again after that. According to Michi's intel, he's even capable of repairing broken wristwatches. I understand why he looks down on us, to an extent. If he ever joined the robotics club, he'd immediately be our ace. Heck, even though he's younger, he'd probably make a better club president than Akiko. He's not wrong about us being third-rate, though. Don't say things like that, Kai. You gotta accept reality for what it is. I know, but I still can't just go and say sure and be fine with it. All sorts of people make fun of our little club. It wasn't nearly this bad when Akiho and I joined up as new students. It's hard to say when it began, but I think it was after last year's new student club orientation. The seniors in the club weren't the public speaking types, so Akiho gave the speech instead. That's where she screwed up. Akiho made a showy intro video about the Gunvero prototype Model 1, and the club members maintaining it. The BGM for the video was the Gunvero theme song, sung by Akiho herself. Oh dear. I'm sure you can imagine how all of that went over. And so, the only student who came to check our club out was Hidaka Subaru. He must have come to pick a fight. This year, Akiho and I ended up alone. She did her best to learn from her prior failures, and didn't show the robot. But mid-speech, Akio had an attack and was sent to the infirmary. Since I don't care about robots, it was over. So it made total sense that we couldn't get any new recruits. Plus, right after that, Akio requested a tenfold increase to her budget, causing the student council and the VP to snap. As a result, even the underclassmen got a bad impression of Akio burned into their minds. And so, our club and the gun build project became the objects of ridicule. Students started referring to it as the homegrown scrap. Sure, compared to the high-tech robots being made by huge companies worldwide, ours is both ugly and has super low specs. I'd even heard people say that it still hasn't been completed after 8 years, it'll never get finished. So, they say it's a waste of club funds, that our budget would be better off given to other clubs. I can't argue with that. Hell, you could even argue that the Robotics Club has been given too much special treatment up until now. And all that was because of the groundwork that Misane put in as the founding member of the organization. Since we're clinging to the work that others did before us. I'm sure the school looks at us as looks at us like we're parasites. Illustrates society pretty well, huh? Alright, time to go ham on Kill Ballad today. I think that to myself as I sat down my back in the club room. Time to recharge. Akiko says that to herself and starts fiddling with her own Pokécom. Anime appears on the screen. Storm and Surge, Blast of Spirit, Gun Barrel, Chicken. Jeez, is the climax right at the start or something? Only took her 5 seconds to recharge. I gotta hand it to her. It's impressive that she's recovered so quickly. She's even posing. You're gonna break your Pokécom again if you flail around like that in here. It'll be fine. Lucky Who is always like this with the anime. The two of us can barely sit comfortably in here. It's just flailing wildly. If only she'd just go outside. Oh, and how the heck does she get so excited over something she's seen countless times? So, what anime is that? What? I asked that without thinking too deeply about it, and Akio's expression morphs. She shoves the tablet screen in my face. Thank you so much for the follow. Let me see who that was. Lime VT. Yeah, thank you so much for the follow, Lime VT. I hope you're enjoying stream thus far. I asked that without thinking too deeply about it, and Akio's expression morphs. She shoves the tablet screen in my face. It's Gun Barrel! Gun Barrel! I see. Now that I think about it, she was shouting its name earlier. I may not know much about mecha anime, but that was a dumb question even for me. What do you mean, I see? I'm always showing it to you at my house. Akio. Akio's getting about as heated up as I expected. She's clearly still annoyed from her earlier encounter with Subaru, so she's more charged up than usual. That being said, she doesn't show me Gun Barrel. It's more like she watches it and I happen to be in the room. And that game you're always playing on your Pokécom. Akio points at the tablet hanging from my waist. What's it based on? Gunvero. What's the Life Size Robot our club is working so hard on to build? Gunvero. This Blu-ray sitting right here. Akiko picks up the BD sitting on the desk and points at the picture on the jacket. What freaking anime is this? Gunvero. Correct. She drops the frown and returns to a smile. And by the way, that's the only Blu-ray we own. Hell, the club room doesn't even have a Blu-ray player or a TV, so it's useless. Kai, you're a failure of the Robotics Club member. Of a... Yep, because I'm not much of a learner. Could you not be like that? Just for once? If you want me to be even more honest, I really don't care about any of this. I figured that a long time ago. Akiho shrugs her shoulders in exasperation, and for some reason pulls out the whiteboard in the corner. Yeah, do tell me. Which means today, it's time to brainwash you for good. Seriously. She always goes on forever. For starters, Gunvero is a god-tier anime. Here goes the hyperbole. At the very least, it's been the #1 hit anime since the start of the 21st century. In terms of Blu-ray sales, it's still #1 in the world. In this age of the Pokécon, everyone switched to cloud storage when it comes to media. Nobody buys stuff on discs. Of course, I don't dare voice any of this, as I just make her talk longer. Mecha anime really is the best. Every boy in Japan loves robots. Aren't you a girl, Akiho? Ever since that one Astro Kid showed up in the 60s, robots been looked up to and admired by all. Your friends, heroes, and just plain cool. They're the symbol of Japanese animation. That's mech anime. Other people have totally different sets of values when it comes to humanoid robots. That's why nobody else can design them like we do. Some people take that to mean that only Japanese people truly understand robots. But Gunvero is different. Even though it was produced by a Japanese animation studio, it first aired overseas. It took half a year for it to air in Japan. By that point, it was already a hot item all over the world. Not only did Japan join in on the party, it even gained a giant viewership that kicked off the modern robot boom. Plus, the ending was anything but ordinary, which helped to turn the franchise into something legendary. That's right, I've heard this a million times. After 3 years of airing on TV, who could have guessed that the final episode would go unaired? The uproar was insane, and fans around the world were on the brink of rioting. The final episode out on Blu-ray. Nobody involved has ever spoken about it. It's totally shrouded in mystery. 4 years have passed. There's still tons of people who theorize about the contents of the final episode. Not only that, but the internet's been flooded with fake episodes masquerading as the final one. Fans have written some analyses that are more meta, explaining how not showing the final episode is actually part of Gunvero's message. Personally, I think the whole final episode thing is a challenge from the staff. Either way, there's no denying that the last episode going unaired helped Gunvero evolve into the god-tier anime it is. Some theorists even say that the current world line about robot boom started with Gun Barrel. She sure can talk. I just want to play Kill Board. So, you're saying that Gun Barrel is a beloved anime around the world. It'll never be taught. Bingo! I mean, if you were to ask me if Gun Barrel is superior to mecha anime of the past, I'm not sure how I'd answer. But I do think you could call it the culmination of an entire half-century's worth of mecha anime. Or, I guess to be more clear, it's cherry-picked the best elements of past mecha anime masterpieces. It's the classic tale of a noble hero, but that nobility is thoroughly explored via strong character development, and it's very easy to understand. All the characters are good people, and you can empathize with them. That's why people get so fired up and emotional about it. So, I'm betting you want to jump right in, don't ya? Want to marathon the whole thing from episode 1, don't ya? Don't ya? Makio's eyes sparkle as she attempts to innocently appeal to me. She's like a little boy talking about his hero. Heck, even I'm starting to get a little excited. Just kidding. Nope, I'm not interested. You contrarian. Honestly, I think you're the only high school girl in the world who can speak so passionately about mech anime. Another brainwashing fail. Fine, I'll watch it on my own. Makiho sulks and goes back to appreciating Gun Barrel. Ichigooka Park, Tamashika, Tanagashishima, unknown perspective, interesting. The metal tower stands high above ground, quietly, yet accurately transmitting its noise into space. It's as though it's absorbing sound from its surroundings, converting it into the noise it emits. The chirps of cicadas and crickets, the flaps of bird wings, even the sounds of leaping insects. No matter how carefully one listens, such sounds do not exist here. The 30-meter radius surrounding the tower resembles a geyser spewing into the depths of hell, where death flows freely throughout the air. The grating noise is akin to a scream echoing from the underworld. Verification test in progress. In the space filled with the silence of death, a young girl whispers. Reporting test, number 2887. Her bare feet produce no sounds with each step she takes. The girl looks up at the sky and whispers to nobody. Presently Japan Standard Time, year 2019 AD, month 6, day 12, hour 18, minute 9. She holds a single, pure white feather in her hand. No change in status. She whispers mechanically, with no sign of emotion. She shows no sign of minding the noise. Report of verification test 2887 complete. Just then, the wind blows. It's strong enough to cause the plants to sway. However, neither the girl's hair nor the edges of her soft clothes budge an inch. Only the feather in the girl's hand floats gently into the air. The pure white feather melts into the dust-colored sky, while her gaze follows the feather's path. The girl, expressionless until then, narrows her eyes in a seemingly pained manner. She quietly speaks into the wind. Whose eyes hurt those eyes? Are you fucking kidding me? The first bell of the morning rings as we exit the bus and head for the entrance. Yeah, the bell. Akiko doesn't even bother opening her umbrella. She steps off the bus and makes a dash for the entrance. Kai, we'll be late if we don't hurry. She briefly turns back to me, but I wave her off with my hand. I'm sure they'll let it slide if I'm just a few minutes late. I stroll to the entrance by myself. At that moment, Super Rinpei. I hear the strange shout of a girl and stop cold. That voice came from the gymnasium, didn't it? The door's still open, so I take a look. I see a lone girl inside. The first bell already rang, so what's she doing? There's nobody else around. The judo club uses the gym for morning practice, so I assume she was one of them, but there's no judo G in sight. On closer inspection, I recognize her small animal-like stature, short haircut, and boyish baby face. I'm pretty sure she's one of my classmates. What's her name? I can't remember. I don't think we've ever really spoken to each other. I look through the tag information on my Pokecom. Oh right, she's Daitoko Juna. I remember. We were in the same class last year. She's in the karate club? Yeah, that matches up. She must be doing a kata right now. She suddenly yet furiously repeats a series of defensive body movements. The combination of precise movement and silence creates a unique sense of tension in the air. The speed at which she moves her fists is hard to follow by eye, and her occasional jump kicks are razor sharp. But they seem kinda weak. Maybe it's because she looks like a little boy. Or are katas like this no matter who does them? Anyhow, why is she practicing at a time like this? In her school uniform, no less. She lets out a kind of cute shout as she thrusts her fist in front of her. She straightens out and bows. I guess she's done. She wipes the sweat from her brow like she's just finished a hard day's work and turns to exit the gymnasium. That's when she notices me. Small.
Oh.
Our eyes meet. To be honest, we aren't familiar enough to exchange morning greetings. Heck, I have no idea if she knows who I am. But now we've clearly made eye contact. I can't just walk away without saying anything. I decide to greet her.
Ohayo.
Morning, Daitoko-san. Yashio-kun? Are you getting wet standing there? She seems to remember my name at least. Yeah, a little. Were you watching me the whole time? I was. I see. That's embarrassing. She starts squirming, her face bright red. She looks even more like a small animal now. Do you always do this around this time? No, just today. My little brother came down with a cold this morning, so I couldn't practice at home. So, could you please not tell anyone about what you just saw? Why not? Because it's embarrassing. It is. It is. For some reason, we stand around silently for a while. This is really awkward. Oh, more importantly, the first bell already rang. We need to leave before the teacher comes by. Oh, great. So, I'll be going now. Daitoko Juna says that hurriedly and runs off toward the entrance. Her steps are light, like she has springs on her feet. From behind, she looks like a junior high boy wearing a sailor uniform. It's kind of charming. I glance outside the window and see no sign of the rain stopping. It's been coming down hard since this morning. It's a little chilly in short sleeves. But hey, it's finally lunchtime. I watch my classmates pull their lunches out from their bags. The class rep stands in front of the blackboard. We'll be collecting money for lunches now. Now what should I do? It's raining, but I'm thinking I'll just grab some bread at Misaka-san's store and... Class 32, Robotics Research Club members, Senomiya Akiho-san and Yashio Kaito-kun, please come by the faculty room. I repeat, Robotics Research Club members, Senomiya Akiho-san and Yashio Kaito-kun, please come to the faculty room. What? I'm more materially dumbfounded by the sudden broadcast. Akiko quickly stands up from her seat. When our eyes meet, she flashes me a triumphant grin. The time has come. Has it really though, Aki-chan? Our classmates are giving us weird looks. Yashio, what the hell you do? Maybe the robotics club's finally getting disbanded? You should challenge the vice principal to a match to save your club. Ignoring their heckling, I shrug my shoulders as I exit the classroom. Akiho follows after me. Her expression is bursting with energy. It wouldn't be far off to say her entire body is glowing, and that her eyes are shining with hope. The voice on the broadcast was Vice Principal Isui, wasn't it? Oh no, she wasn't freaking out, so I couldn't tell. This has gotta be about the club budget. The Vice Principal is finally willing to meet with us. Oh, I'm getting fired up. I don't know if this is the right type for optimism. So, where did I get called into? Because you're in the robotics club too. Duh. Now, let's go. I follow the high-spirited Akiho to the faculty room, gently running my hand over my stomach. Couldn't this have waited till after I had lunch? Excuse us. Akiho yanks open the door vigorously and announces her arrival in a loud voice, barging into the faculty room shortly after. I politely nod to the faculty around us and follow her inside. As I explained, this whole thing started with Akiho. In April, there was a student council meeting. Club budgets were to be determined there, so Akiho attended and demanded a tenfold increase to our funding. I did my best to stop her beforehand, but despite the club being a shadow of its former self, it was well funded. Other clubs complained about it all the time. Akiho just had to go and throw oil onto the fire. She refused to back down. Naturally, the council had enough of it. Akiho got in trouble once the VP caught wind, and things got worse when she started making her demands directly to her. She wasn't the least bit repentant either. In the end, the VP went ballistic. And so here we are, with all funding to the Robotics Club on indefinite hold. Pretty definitive message of cool your heads for the time being. And that about sums up the current state of affairs. Vice Principal, Robotics Club members Senomiya Akiho and Yashio Kaido are here as asked. The Vice Principal looks at Akiho and responds with silence. Her intensity alone makes me want to get the heck out of here. Vice Principal Usiri started working at the school 4 years ago. She seems like a very uptight, stubborn mom who'd be obsessed with her parents' education. The type that doesn't smile much and is ridiculously strict with her students. During assemblies, she loves to bark orders hysterically at the student body using the mic on stage. People here are fairly easygoing, which makes her pretty unusual. Then again, I guess there are some faculty members who don't live on the island. Nevertheless, the Vice Principal looks as menacing as always today. It's extremely clear to me that she's in an awful mood. I don't think this is going to go as well as Akiho seems to believe. This is about the club budget, right? Thank you for finally making a decision. We should get straight to the point, considering our tight schedule. I'd like the money as soon as possible. Akiho's words and actions, while innocent, are putting me on edge. Who knows when the Vice Principal is going to flip her lid at this point. Senomiya-san, it seems you have yet to cool your head. Huh? Very well. I'd once again like to hear your justification for such a senseless club funding request. The fact that she's not getting angry is scary in and of itself. She normally starts squawking out a stride about now, but this calmness makes me feel like she's in control. Oh, come on. There's no need for that. I've already told you a bunch of times. That's precisely why I said again. Akiho flashes me a troubled expression for a moment, straightens up her back, and starts explaining. The Tokyo Expo takes place in February of next year. With robots from around the world set to appear there, this expo has already been nicknamed the Robot Expo by many. This is the important part. During the expo, there's going to be a contest held among all displays. They're gonna decide who the best, most polished robot in the world is among the entrants, and the best one will be the grand prize winner. Unlike previous expos, this one is open to the general public, so we can compete too. So long story short, her club is entering her giant robot of justice, Gunveil prototype Model 1 into the expo. But with our current budget, there's no way we'll be able to finish it in time. In order to complete it in half a year, we need every last bit of money we can get. Yep, this is Akiho's reasoning. She's determined to enter her club into the Tokyo Expo. This is one dream she absolutely refuses to budge on. Hell, I want to support her too, if possible. But there are quite a few hurdles in the way. Senomiya-san, have you learned nothing? Your explanation just now was completely unchanged from the ones you gave me before. Of course. Do you really think we're just going to give you money because you wish to go to the expo? She makes a very good point. And what has the Robotics Club done as of late? What achievements do you have to speak of? As for that gigantic robot body, The giant robot of justice. Gun barrel prototype model 1. Okay, gun build 1. Call it what you will. The robot has been under construction for 8 years, yet still shows no sign of completion. Which is exactly why we need the money to finish it in half a year. It does not matter how much money you get your hands on, when you have only 2 club members to speak of. That's not true. I'll complete him no matter what. On what grounds? Through sheer willpower. Unacceptable. At any rate, does the robot have to be that large? I believe it'd be more appropriate to build a robot the size of our own students, yes? If you did as such, you would not require the excess funding you requested. But what? Gun Build 1 is the crystallization of the Robotic Club's sweat and tears. It's with room to bring him to the expo. I can't back down on this. You're being preposterous. No one likes to admit to them, to the mistakes they made because of their youth. Excuse me? Aki-chan, what are you saying? This is already hard enough as it is. I know Akio can get emotional. I know plenty well how strong her feelings are for the Robotics Club. But this isn't how he went over the vice principal. The two of them glare at one another. If I'm not too careful, there's no doubt I'll get dragged into it too. The teachers seem to agree, so the faculty room is silent. Very well. Senomiya-san, how about this? Unexpectedly, the one to break the silence is the vice principal. I need to see results from the Robotics Research Club. Results? The Robotics Club exists because your sister did great things. That's why her association was promoted to a club. You should learn from her example. Oh crap, I've got a bad feeling about this. Mr. Nagafukada. Yes? At the sound of the vice principal's sharp voice, Michi, dozing off at his own seat, jumps to his feet. He basically tumbles his way over to the vice principal's desk. To the vice principal's desk. Vice principal, what do you need? The robot competition you mentioned the other day. Explain it once more. No, Robo 1 is going to be held in Tokyo on Sunday, 2 weeks from now. Naturally, you're aware of this, Senomiya-san. Robo 1 has a hobby robot competition. Entrants from all over Japan pit the robots against each other in combat. Its history goes back over 15 years, and due to the robot's boom, broadcasts of Robo 1 get high viewership ratings. The year that the Robotics Club began as a student association, they won the championship in their debut appearance. And that victory is what the vice principal was referencing earlier. That was the great thing that Misane-san did, convincing the school to promote the association to a club. Although these days, it's just some past glory that'll remain forever out of reach. And you want us to enter? That's correct. However, you must not just enter. You must win. But that's what it means to produce results. If you can produce such results, the school will consider your funding proposal, Senomiya-san. However, should you lose, the vice principal clears her throat, seemingly creating a dramatic pause on purpose. The Robotics Club will be disbanded, effective immediately. I see. So that's her aim, eh? Pretty underhanded tactics for an adult, I gotta say. The large robot you have been building will also be disposed of as scrap. Wait, that's a bit too... We'll do it. What? You just have to win, right? That's a promise. You definitely have to keep your word. Of course I will. And the Robotics Club must adhere to these conditions as well. That's impossible. Robot 1 isn't the same as when Misane competed. Plus, neither me nor Akio have been in a competition like that. In other words, this whole situation was manufactured specifically to crush us. And this is kind of unfair. End of discussion. She swats me down like a fly. I look toward Michi for help. However, his standing got attention and grimacing. Wait, are his eyes closed? Right. Our teacher has completely surrendered to the VP. What a useless advisor. Excuse me. Akiho bows deeply and exits with squared shoulders. Excuse me. I leave the savage atmosphere of the faculty room and take a deep breath. This is real bad. I think to myself as I rub my exceedingly empty stomach. Akiho still has this stern expression on her face, standing with her fists clenched tight. I don't want Akiho to push herself too hard. Neither of us are in the physical condition for that. Aki-chan, how about we grab some grub? I'll win, no matter what. That's not gonna happen, no matter what. How could we possibly just show up and win? I saw a couple clips of the New Year's Eve tourney online, and the robots were all incredible. Robo 1 isn't something you can just join and win on a whim. We have literally nothing working in our favor right now. It's not possible, Aki-chan. If we're talking go or no-go, it's definitely a no-go. I repeat myself, just to confirm it. The Robotics Club's finished. It's impressive that we held out this long to begin with. I want Akio to give up. There's nothing wrong with taking it easy. The moment you give up is the moment that achievable dreams become unachievable. Aki-chan, we don't even have a hobby robot. No. I can tell by the look on her face that she's finally realized that simple fact. You really went and accepted the VP terms without even thinking, huh? Kai, what should we do? Don't ask me. Jeez, you're so lazy. At this rate, the club's gonna be disbanded. Wait, no. I won't give up. It's fine. It'll all work out. After all, positive thinking is my only redeeming quality. Akiho slaps both her cheeks in an attempt to pump herself up, while she tries to convince herself it'll all be okay. Storm and Surge. Blast of Spirit. Come, Pharaoh. Checking. In the middle of the hallway, she suddenly thrust her fist into the air. Come on, you do it too, Kai. Storm and Surge!
Yeah.
No thanks. Come on, do it. Not happening. It's way too embarrassing. Sure enough, everyone around us is looking at us. Screaming. Sure enough, everyone around us is looking at us and smirking. Some recognize us as the Robotics Club and immediately understand. If you want me to do it, face me a kill ballad. No way. In that case, I'm going to get lunch. See ya. My stomach is at its limit, so I leave Akiho and hurry off. Blast of Spirit, come Vera! Despite what she says, I don't see much spirit. I open my umbrella and make my way toward the convenience store. Dreams, huh? Akiho's dream is to enter Gunvero Prototype Model 1 into the expo and win the grand prize. It's fine to have dreams, but right now, we're basically just frogs in a well. Hell, even within that well, we're still failures. Having your dreams come true is great and all. But if everyone's dreams came true, I don't feel like the world could keep turning. Only a handful of people can make their dreams come true. But overwhelming majority of people in the world have no choice but to give up on their dreams. I'm no exception to the rule. Akiho is willing to push herself to the limit from the very beginning. She's the type who charges into things headfirst without even considering her own health. And the club president's been that way since forever. That's why I want nothing more than to hold her back by her collar and stop her from going any further. I'm starving. Wait, the bell's ringing? Is lunch break already over? I don't have time to go to Misaka-san's store. Man, this sucks. As soon as I complain, my stomach growls again, and I dejectedly return to the classroom, hungry. After school, I plant myself firmly in the empty classroom and munch on some bread while diving deep into KDB. Akiho went off with Michi somewhere and hasn't come back. During our afternoon classes, she seemed to be not really all there. I hope she's okay. As the only other member of the Robotics Club, I should really be there for Akiho, but in truth, I don't actually want to help. Whoops. This is clearly a trap laid by the VP. We have no way of coming out on top in this, so my efforts would be wasted. Between matches, I stretch out and cast my gaze out of the window. Huge raindrops fall from the sky relentlessly. What's my next move? I'm certain Akiho isn't just going to take this sitting down, so I need to come up with a plan of my own. But either way, my number one priority is to keep Akiho from pushing herself too hard. I should go before it really turns into a downpour. At the end of the day, it's common for people to keep putting off their problems that are right in front of them. Whoa, way too expensive. Can't help but voice my thoughts. Since it's lunch break, I'm chowing down on some food while looking over a hobby robot site. It's a URL that Akiho sent, but I recoil on my seat just looking at some of the numbers on the screen. These prices aren't something a high school student can afford. The cheapest one is around 30,000 yen. When you look to the high end, some robots go over 200,000 yen. These are all pre-made kits after all. It's normal. They're essentially finished products. But still, they're way cheaper than they were 5 years ago. Lucky who had already finished her own lunch, and stands supposedly in front of my desk as she explains. If you get the parts and build it yourself, it'll be even cheaper. Is that what you plan to do? With only 2 weeks left, there's no time for that. Makiho looks up at the ceiling in grief. Then you're going to buy a kit and... That's not possible either. I asked my mom yesterday for an advance on my New Year's money, but she said she's only willing to do 10,000 yen. The bottleneck is the lack of time before the competition. We don't even have time to work part-time jobs. Now it's settled. Time to give up on Robo 1. You big jerk. Akio starts messing up my hair again. Two strands of my hair fall into the rice in my lunchbox. I quietly pluck them out with my fingertips. Could you not while I'm eating? Why are you always so quick to give up, Kai? We need to struggle more. Well, if you hurry and come up with a solution, you'll be fine and dandy with getting it honestly. I'm saying this because I have come up with one. Akio puffs up her chest in pride. So that explains her happy-go-lucky mood this morning. Alright, Madam President. Tell me what the plan is. You want to know? If you do, then you have to beat me in a match of Kill Ballad. I'm down. It's not like you have any chance of losing to you. I was just trying to copy you is all. Jeez. I shrug my shoulders and pop a rolled egg into my mouth. Anyway, listen up. We're going to revive the honorary prize. I ended up accidentally swallowing the barely chewed egg. Great idea, right? Please, don't tell me you're referring to the same Tanagabashi Machine 3 that's currently collecting dust in the club room as we speak. That's the one. The former Robo 1 champ returns after 9 years. Get hyped. Okay, who thrust her fist toward the ceiling, and her classmates showered her cold glances. It's true that the robot is somewhat of a legend. It's Misane's brainchild, the very same robot that won Robo 1. It now decorates the club room, and we call it the Honorary Prez. But to be frank, it's an antique. Since the robot boom began 5 years ago, tech know-how has evolved. That we could win the pre-boom machine with a pre-boom machine. Besides, does it even work? It doesn't, but it will after an overhaul, I think. I stuff some sausage into my mouth. Make sure to chew it properly and gulp it down. Well, do whatever you think you need to. There you go again. I feel like this is someone else's problem. It's not like there's anything I can do to help anyway. This is Akiho we're talking about. She'll start really trying to fix that antique no matter what it takes. I'll just watch over her progress. After the sausage, I put a pickled plum into my mouth. There we go. And sour flavor spreads out over my tongue. I can't help but pucker my face in response. Hi. Nakiho suddenly bends forward towards me. Just too close. Aki-chan, do you want a kiss or something? No. You'll help me with the shopping at least, right? Shopping? For parts and stuff. Well, I guess I could. Also, give me one of your apple slices. Man, I wish she could have a clue about how the people around her feel. Akiho POV again. I see. The manual for Tanagashi Machine 3? Yeah, I looked through the club's inventory, but I couldn't find it. After school in the faculty room, I crouched down and stuck my weight between the desks to avoid the VP. Michi's desk is a total mess, and it smells weird. And since it's been raining all day, everything's real musty. I can't help but scrunch up my face at the scent. Well, your sister made that thing, so... If it's not at school, it'd probably be at your house. That's a pro tip. You're not sure, Michi? Michi has a long history with the club. He was part of the association, and was even the club's first president. When Tanagashi Machine 3 won World War I, Michi was the one who took the reward. There's still a commemorative photo by the entrance. And now, he serves as the club advisor. That's why I've been hoping he'd know anything and everything there was to know about the Robotics Club, but... Now, do you really expect people to remember what they put something a decade ago? Not really, but... There you have it. This April, the Robotics Club was moved from the tech prep room to the equipment storage space in the courtyard. Most of the club's inventory is still packed into boxes and stacked up inside of it. Well, I was the one who packed it all up. I honestly don't remember if I saw the manual at the time. Well, I guess progress is progress. Now I know it could be at home. Alright. In order to pump myself up, I pumped my fists into the air despite still being crouched down. Oh, if I end up needing parts, you're chipping in. Since you're a revisor and all, I'm expecting good things. Hey, little Sonomiya. There's just one thing I want to tell you. What? There's a certain saying. I really like it, so I want you to remember it well. Etch it into your heart. Relying on others leads to no good. Do everything you can on your own, even if you make mistakes. You can wear those failures as badges of honor later. Badges of honor later. I can read. What do you think? Pretty good, right? Are you saying you're not gonna pay up? I'm over here doing my best to find a way to win, so hearing him assume I'm gonna fail makes me angry. This is part of education. It's painful to me too. I could sympathize with little Sonomiya. Can you stop calling me that, Michi?
いつも言ってるでしょミッチー。
Well, how about you quit it with the Michi stuff? It's Mr. Nagafuka, though. Got it? If you pay respect to your teachers, they might be more willing to do stuff for you later. That's another pro tip. Whatever. It was a mistake to expect anything out of you, Michi. Excuse me. I hurriedly flee the faculty room. I'm fairly certain the VP was glaring at me the whole time, but I pay her no mind. The doom and gloom sets in as I return to the classroom. Being club president sure is a lonely job. Up until now, I never really had much experience in leadership roles. You know, stuff like class rep or team captain. I automatically became the Robotics Club president when I became a third year, but nothing's been going great for me. The reason my reputation is in the mud is because of my beef with the student council and the vice principal. The more I think about it, the more my stomach starts to hurt. Not yet. This isn't over yet. I say out loud, trying to force myself to feel better. Oh my. Oh boy, this guy again. Oh man, why did I have to run into him now of all times? I spent over a year trying to get him to join our club because he'd be a rad addition to the team, but I still can't handle Hidaka-kun. I've legit never encountered such a jerk in an underclassman before. Hey, Hidaka-kun. Since you're here and all, how about joining? It's over, isn't it? Huh? You said something about it not being over. But it sounds like you're trying to flee from your club's reality. Look, you heard me talking to myself. This is a wee bit embarrassing. I'd love to erase the last 2 minutes from his memory. Now normally, our conversation would end here. Hidaka-kun never sticks around to talk to me. Today's different. Instead, he's the one who approaches me. I heard you all plan on entering Robo 1. How did you know? The rumors already spread around the school. Oh, well, that's right. And if you don't win, Robotics Club is finished. It's hopeless then. Quick and to the point. Hidaka-kun saying the same thing that Kai said. Is it? You know, you can't know until you try. I happen to know a thing or two about Robo 1. Huh? That's right. Hidaka-kun entered Robo 1 solo when he was in junior high and made it to 3rd place. This is exactly why I was trying to convince him to join the club. How could I forget something so important? This must be destiny! I can feel my blood pumping as I accidentally voiced my thoughts. I pay little attention to Hidaka-kun's cold gaze. Hidaka-kun, the time has come for you to use the experience of yours for the sake of Robotics Club. The moment I finish speaking, Hidaka-kun shifts his gaze in another direction. I follow his eyes and land at the glass showcase for model trophies and awards that the various clubs have won. Among them is the group photo of the Robotics Research Association, back when they won Robo 1 9 years ago. Who's this nerd? Subaru. Do you have any experience building hobby robots, Senomiya-senpai? Nope. But I do have experience building much bigger robots. Well, to be precise, I haven't actually finished anything. You know how it is. And you think that's good enough to win the championship? I recommend not underestimating Robo 1. The sprite movements are actually 3D models. These aren't sprites. He comes with idle animations, yeah. His words bite. It almost feels like he's stuck a needle in my heart. It's a sharp, prickly sort of pain. I'm so shocked by his aggressive words that I can't say a word. No other entrants would have started their preparations nearly half a year ago. They'll be bringing their best machines. And there's no chance that a third-rate amateur like you, entering out of nowhere with zero preparation, could ever win. That's nonsense. I managed to put my emotions back in order, then take a deep breath. So what? Are you entering the tournament then? No. You haven't competed since that one time, right? Why not? It has nothing to do with you. What is that pose? He spits out his response and abruptly tries to leave. Like, heck, I'm gonna let someone younger than me talk smack and just leave. How frustrating. If I could just get one decent comeback in. And so the words just fly out of my mouth. For the record, miracles aren't things you wait for. They're things that you make happen yourself. I had my anger behind a calm expression, wiggling my finger in the air like a pendulum. You see that sort of thing happen all the time in mecha anime, right? Like Gun Barrel, for example. That's because Gun Barrel's for kids. It nearly bored me to sleep when I watched it. The story was incredibly cheesy, so I dropped it after season 1. Whoa, hold on! I can't let that one slide. My heart's ablaze now. I'm pretty sure there are little flames burning in my eyes right now. Mecha anime is all about dreams, hope, and romantic ideals. Okay, so maybe that one anime with that person isn't really about that stuff, but that's an exception. In fact, that person is the only exception. That line of thinking is actually why, despite their robot boom, Japanese mecha anime is still treated like children's fodder. Yeah, stylized shaders with 3D models are pretty good these days. Yeah. We need mecha anime with more refined philosophical plots, more realism with materialism. Yeah, militaristic feel. There we go. I can read words. I don't want any of that. Mecha anime is supposed to get kids excited and fired up. How childish. Not even worth debating. The real robot stories you talk about have people dying left and right. It's depressing. Real robots? What's that supposed to mean? You know, like how we have super robots and real robots? Tell me your definitions of super and real, then, if you have any. I've never really given it much thought. It's more like a kind of feeling you get. I guess real robots are ones that seem like they could actually exist. I'll be taking my leave. I know I've said this many times, but could you refrain from speaking to me ever again? I want nothing to do with the Robotics Club. Hey, wait! I hurriedly tried to stop Hibaku-kun. But if I do, this will just drag out our conversation. And the reality is that when it comes to this subject, we're on two completely different wavelengths. With that in mind, I resist the urge to chase after him. But once my flame is lit, it doesn't go out so easily. It's because he was a spoiled brat. I finally managed to shout out from the depths of my soul. Which of course results in all the students nearby having a good laugh at me as they head home. Back in the club room, I started to take Tanegashi Machine 3 apart, but since my energy has been totally sapped, I can't focus in the slightest. Is phase 1 ever going to end? Okay, so it is per chapter, but I don't know how long this is gonna keep going. And I'm tired. I don't feel like finding out. So... If it ends up being stupid short when we continue next week, I'll take that L. But... for now, I'm good for tonight. Sleep, yeah, I'm eepy. I'm just an eepy little boil. I could have overwritten that save, but that's fine. You do be late, yeah. Man, you get to see all this info, haha. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me during this game. It's been interesting so far. I don't like that we've already reached Solname no Dare no Me. Was not expecting any Solname no Dare no Mes at all, actually. But I am interested to see how the game progresses. I really hope it doesn't end up being too terribly long, for like each chapter and whatnot, but I'm just eepy. Yeah, otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining me, as always. I do look forward to see how the Science Adventure series continues. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm really tired. I don't have more thrill thoughts in my head right now. Everyone take care. Bye-bye. Ow, wow.